Aqua still available. You still got the Yone and the Gwen still available for that counter. They seem to be putting all of their eggs into that Aatrox basket, which is an interesting stat here for Invade. And I wonder if it is going to pay out this time. The Jax, though. Something that you can pick up against an Aatrox as well. This is something, yeah, not seen a lot of in terms of priority-wise, but definitely in theory still works. He's going to jump in, and the Darkened Blades are not going to be the easiest to connect anymore.
Yep, especially when you have that counter-strike on. And now, that being said, Xiaozhang, as a Jax player, he's not afraid to, you know, start Counter-Strike level 1, and then just walk up, auto-attack Counter-Strike, and then flash if you try to get out, just to get that stun onto you, so he can have a lot of lane priority, especially against something like a Fiora. So, it is a very tough decision to be made here. But was that right? Did I see a Twisted Fate there?
I'm loving it. Invade pulling a sort of early mid-game composition here. They got very little late-game insurance here because they got Illusion as an ADC. They got a Twisted Fate for their mid laner. So going all in on their potential final game of the season here at Wild Rift League Asia Season 2. Invades are putting so much comfort, putting so much confidence onto their Aatrox, on top of a Twisted Fate as well. So this is going to be an interesting match for sure for Invade.
Oh, for sure. I feel like that Aatrox is going to be a I don't know if it's really a good what's it called? I don't think it's going to be a good matchup here against the Jace in the jungle, but definitely later on in the game it's going to be very it's going to be a lot more effective as the game goes on, especially if they're able to, you know, keep him motivated, keep him going in at the same, you know, at good times here against EDG. But Belby is the one actually going to be playing Twisted Fate, not the top lane, but in the mid lane. That's why I was a little bit confused. But it will be, you know, the two solo laners swapping places for now.
Here we go. No level 1 shenanigans yet. And Belby on the Twisted Fate up against you here. Actually pretty smart here on the laning phase. Gonna give a rough time pre-level 5 for that Akali against the Twisted Fate matchup, given the way that matchup works. So a little bit of breathing room at least for Invade here. Has a little bit of priority for that early mid lane early game. And bot side this time is a little bit more quiet. Invade, as I say that, they're gonna flash forward.
Yep, and they're going to try to go for this first blood onto the Saya. Alone is able to flash out, get that honey fruit, and be safe there. But I love the aggressiveness, really flipping the script around on EDG.
There you go, though. Gonna dive.
Yeah, they are gonna try, but that power shot onto Typro Pan can turn this around, because Alone will now be trying to look for those not quite snipes, but you know, those feathers being set up so that he can just recall him. But that's going to be a dredge line onto him.
Oh no!
Did just risk his entire life there, and that dive will not come through because of the headbutt pulverize. Langui just knowing that he can turn this around.
That is so poorly read here by Invade. Why would they go for this dive when Typro was only down to 100 HP and the pulverize was available for Langui as well? This is unfortunate here for Invade, but yeah, it's big blunder there for that bot side. I mean, I understand the reasoning behind it. They have Illusion Nautilus. They want to be aggressive, but that was a little bit too much there, I would say. And apart from that, they've turned things around here, EDG. That bot side that was struggling to survive for that early engagement is now having a big advantage because they've got the first recalls. They've got the first items.
Yes, and once again, this is the start of a very efficient snowball by EDG, especially when it's Alone who gets those kills, man. Oh, this is a 2-0 Zaya already. You just know that they are not going to be losing this lane now. 0711 comes in for the gank onto Belby in the mid lane. He's able to get out of there, flash out. Didn't even pull out the gold card yet. He pulled it out as a reaction, but that was because the accelerated shock blast didn't hit.
Things are a little bit quiet for now, but it is a 3-minute mark. EDG have somehow managed to get a 1,600 gold lead for now. As again, coming through on the top side.
Yes, as Xiao Zhang. Oh, that is a really good repost by Bluff X to get the damage of the accelerated shot blast out. Now Yu is up here. He can go for that perfect execution, but Xiao Zhang just autos him down. Belby with the Destiny teleports right into the middle of the fray. They're gonna go for this dive. Xiao Zhang's the first one in, but will he be the last one out? It's going to be another couple of kills, 3 kills, 4 kills, and could this be an ace across the board? Thypropab is a little bit tanky, but definitely Longwy can maybe go for a dive here, as he does. Though there's a headbutt. There is the feather recall and the ace across the board from EDG. They haven't even lost a single person in that entire fight. Those 2 fights.
Look at just how EDG approaches this team fight. They buy a ton of time with the perfect positioning from Xiao Zhang, and by the time Belby TP's into the fight, he's already down to half HP, and Xiao Zhang says, this is how you dive a turret at that level 5 mark. And EDG, they've done it all across the board, not just in the top side, but in that Drake lane as well. And speaking of Drake, EDG have managed to get the vision as well. And look at that. Off of that 2-prong play, EDG walk off with a 4,000 gold lead.
Yep, a very big lead for this early on in the game, and yeah, they are just gonna keep going, trying to get as many kills as possible. It's now Yu who is in there trying to bully Thypropam and Bank. They do force that back, and this is, I don't think that Bank can actually stay here against Langry and this Akali, because if he does, he has to call a reinforcements. Undelish is there, but if he did stay, that would have been a dive orchestrated 100% by EDG. So now, man, this is just EDG trying with every ounce of their being, just getting advantage over advantage. Now Bluff X, he will get the riposte and the stun. There's a grand challenge on the Xiao Zhang, but that's going to be a wash. They get out of there safely.
Yeah, Xiao Zhang can just reset and re-dive, and knowing now that the grand challenge is down. Meanwhile, EDG, he to contest his first dragon. It is Ocean, so it's not the biggest of priorities, but the counter-strike connects. Here comes Belby.
Yeah, and that will be the kill. There's a Destiny, though, from Belby, so he's going to try to run down Xiao Zhang. Unfortunately, he doesn't have as much damage as he thought. A Honey Fruit and a swift dodge there for Xiao Zhang will keep him alive as the Rift Herald falls for EDG.
Yeah, his Twisted Fate.
8-0.
Twisted Fate pickup has not been working for INV, but here comes Danky.
Oh, the dive and the to the skies after the Darkened Blades. That just spells the demise right there. While Shelly was still on the way on the charge. So, hey, everything is turning up EDG at a 7,000 gold lead at less than 6 minutes in, and a double objective start here. They're just taking this entire early game. They're saying, okay, we got the first 2 kills. We have so much confidence. We're just going to run down everybody as soon as we see them, even on the map.
It's even more explosive than the last game, which, remember, ended in a 23,000 gold lead. EDG are set to make some sort of record with this series. They're running away with it. 10-0 on the board. They take the dragon. And they've taken everything, essentially. Mid-turret down. A ton of kills. And Invade, what's their breathing room? Because Belby has been reactively trying to find a counter to the rotations that EDG are putting up. But the Twisted Fate just can't put enough on the table to find a mark.
Yeah, and that's because you cannot be reactive against EDG. You have to be as proactive as they are. And that is something that they're trying to do here with Thypropam, Undelish, and Bank, trying to set up a gank here onto Xiao Zhang in the top lane. But, you know, he's a Jax that is pretty fed himself, and they're investing a lot of resources, but they do jump onto him. 4 people. There's a counter-strike onto 3. Maybe he can still get Bluff X here, but not quite with 4 people jumping onto him. At least that is 1 kill. Something positive for INV Esports.
Finally, on the board here for INV. They managed to punish that Jax with a little sort of 2-man bait there. It's crazy that they have to invest 2 people just to act as bait, but here comes EDG again.
Yeah, and this time they're the ones who are going to be aggressing, and it will just be a flash for Bank. Get him safe under the tower. Because if he didn't get out of there, he would have just been bullied and not allowed to play the game. But that could still be happening right now, because Longwy is actually just 1v1ing him, taking down half of his health on his own. This is an Alistar, mind you, a support. And there is the Feather Storm coming through. He will at least get that recall and the kill there onto the Nautilus. Now Undelish, he is going to get flash and pulverized. This tower is going to be a very sore point for EDG because they don't have a wave coming in. It is just coming in now. So if they wanted to go for a bank, that would have been the time. Undelish and Bluff X, they're still trying to go for some defense here, but I don't think they can really defend this tower.
Yeah, no way. Bluff X down to half, and you said it yourself, the Alistar dealing a ton of damage on Delusion. It's just a testament to how far ahead EDG are right now. Almost 10,000 gold lead before the 9-minute mark, and look at the leaderboards in terms of money here. Alone 0711 and you rocking the top 3 here. The only one who comes close is Belby on the TF. That's not necessarily the one you want to put your eggs into, but Angry's looking for something here. Ideally, Bank is the one who has to have the most money, but he has had a pretty rough early game.
I mean, a rough early game is kind of an understatement because that Lucian has just been put into the ground again and again. And I mean, it just is, his damage is going to be lacking like at any point. This is supposed to be an early game champion, and well, early game is champion. Because they kind of messed up that first engage, those first few skirmishes against that bot lane. Now it is just the alone show basically, but they are going to be going on to bank. As I say that, the counter strike will land, and the accelerated shock blast almost bursting him down on its own. Now Undelish on the back, but Bluff X is at least trying to get the revenge kill onto 0711, but he just sees himself against alone, and that's going to be more auto attacks there and another kill for the Saya as we stop time, and we will be fixing that very soon. But man, that fight did not go the way that INV Esports thought it would.
And when you see a Fiora getting 1v1 by a Zaya and that Fiora being destroyed, that's how you know. That's how you know. See how
yeah, they are solidly putting the pedal to the metal right now. As Alone got that. Look at how much damage a single auto attack is getting onto Belby, and then the Feather Storm into the recall. And Typo Pam was there, he went down as well. Langui at least was able to get that kill, even though it wasn't given to Alone. This is just kind of a victory lap now for EDG. Almost a flawless game. They've given up 1 kill because of that 4-man group up top to take down Xiaojiang, but other than that, it has been
pretty good now. But here we go. We'll go back into the game here with Invate struggling for anything up against a 13.6k gold deficit. And well, EDG looking set to end this game. Drake spawning up.
13,000 gold lead at 10 minutes in. This is, you know, nearly unheard of. So yeah, they are just going to go straight for that dragon, straight for the fight. They've actually been able to take down Alone, so that is a huge sort of damage out already. But Bank on the backside will get assassinated by you. Takes him right out. Undelish now gonna get perfect execution, and the Jax will finish him off. But that is a 2-for-1, and the Drake will be solidly in the hands of EDG. No jungler to contest it. Bluff X getting zoned out. And you know, Yu is not stopping. Langui is there. He just waited. He waited the riposte out before he reactivated the Shuriken. And he just trying to get that last auto attack onto Bluff X. The chase is on. Can the Fiora outrun Yu and Langui? They're just emoting. They're like, hey, you can't catch me. I got the honey fruit. I've got the riposte. But then suddenly, he's gone. Belby, even with that gold card, I don't think it will be enough. Even with the Dredge Vine and the Destiny, I don't think it'll be enough because Langui is right there. He got the pulverize first! And that is going to be a huge mistake there by Belby. Back though with a calling right into his face. At least will finish off that Kali, but now Alone is back into the fray. The flash stun there. He didn't even get a chance to go up against Saya. That stun lasted his entire life. No Spider-Man saving the Nautilus right there, and another couple kills here for Alone. 15,000 gold lead now.
It took 3 auto attacks for Alone to shut down the enemy ADC. That's how far ahead he is. Didn't even have to use a single ability for that, while his second ability was active. Didn't use anything else as EDG looked to set their sights onto the Baron now. 2,000 HP and melting as Undelish has no clue this is even happening. EDG, they're gonna be marching on with the Baron buff, which at this point is almost a formality. And there was a couple of mistakes there, you becoming too aggressive, but EDG, well, they can afford to make a couple of mistakes here and there as Invade look to set up another Death Rush. Oh no!
Oh, that They try to go for the death rush, but look at the damage laid down by 0711 immediately. So they're like, alright, nope, we're out of here. You're gonna gold card you and get out. We're not even strong enough to 3v1 this game. So there's a gold card though onto Langui, even with the culling pretty much still facing him. He's not gonna be able to kill him. But Bluff X from the back, maybe able to get a lone here, not quite. With a Feather Recall, that is going to be a huge burst of damage on the field. Oh my lord, the two Skies just shredding their health. And a huge stun, 4-man stun there, and an ace for EDG to win the game.
EDG with a phenomenal performance against INV Esports, looking absolutely stellar in this series. A 2-0 to end the day for themselves, and it is absolutely beautiful to see these guys at form.
Oh man,
and you can see them getting up from their chairs, a triumphant smile on everyone's faces. And EDG looking absolutely amazing after that game against Invate. It looks like there would be any upsets here in this matchup as EDG take their bow.